So I'm sure there's gonna be some person who's like, oh, we already knew this. The clickbait. But I see it, I report on it, or talk about it. And do that. The fact that this is a new game, you know. But Whistleblower exposes extreme racism inside Compulsion Games during development of South of Midnight. We watched the video, the trailer for it a while ago, like a month or two ago or something. I don't remember. Sucks getting old, and at 150 years old, you would think I wouldn't be remembering anything. But, you know, Compulsion Games' upcoming title, South of Midnight, releases this year and centers on a black female protagonist in the Deep South. The Deep South! But a whistleblower intimately familiar with the studio exposes what's really going on. And I say, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Projection of racism originating from the studio itself, and how that could doom any chance future success for the game. Have you seen this man? The game's marketing has been highlighting themes of Southern folklore and deep-rooted history as what feels like a main selling point, but beneath the surface lies a troubling reality. The game has been developed with the assistance of the extremely controversial consultation firm, Sweet Baby Inc. Well, we know it's gonna be bad now. Known for kicking off Gamergate 2.0, when one of their now former employees, Chris Kendrick, attempted to get a gamer Cabrutus banned from Steam. They inject unpopular devices. Yeah, we already know who they are. Far too well. From jump, it's felt almost like South of Midnight was going to go South of Midnight. Was going to use race as a shield from criticism, which was suspicious enough on its own right. But what really caught my attention was that the only blatant racism I've seen surrounding the game during its development, ironically from within Compulsion Games itself, specifically from Katie Robinson, aka Pikachulita. Um, I think I've talked about this. I think this is when I've talked about when I watched the trailer for it. But like I said, that was 2 months ago, or a month or two. Yeah, I looked it up. January 6th is when I made the video. It's now February 13th, so yeah, a month ago. Um, to really get a sense of who she is, though, look at her feed. I think this was from the article I read. Robinson's okay with the retweets, blunt and fearless as they might not be for everyone. Robinson is okay with that. You're not going to tickle some people's fancies, being outspoken or tweeting things like I do when I say white male gamers were a mistake. But her message is on behalf of marginalized communities, whether celebrating black voices, protesting against ableism, or advocating for women's, queer, and indigenous rights, will catch your attention, and for a good cause. The community manager, who in 2022 interview with Refinery 29, said white male gamers were a mistake. No, allowing people like you into the game industry was a fucking mistake. The people who don't actually care about the game, but rather just use it as an outlet to push your BS. I talk about this when I talk about like Dungeons and Dragons, whenever, we talk about Wizards of the Coast. She's the kind of chick who came over and saw a bunch of people playing the game and said, "Oh, hey guys, can I join you?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then suddenly she wants everyone to change the rules to fit her needs and her feelings and all that. It's like, can you not say those words? Those words are extremely offensive, and they're really offensive towards marginalized communities. Like, okay, and I find that scenario really triggering. So can we have like something where in case I feel really my anxiety, it's like okay. Yeah, and why are these gnolls referred to as gnolls? They're not all bad, so we need to change some of these names to maybe like gnoll bandits or pillagers, because not all gnolls are evil. They're like, okay. That's exactly who this kind of person is. She doesn't give a flying fuck about the game, but she was the person who came along and said, hey guys, can I join you? And then she had everyone change the rules to fit her fucking feelings. So she is the fucking problem. People like her are the fucking problem. These people who don't give a crap about the games, but only use it as an outlet to push their political bullshit. Hey guys, can I join you? All right, you're all gonna change everything for me. I don't like what you said. I don't like the fact that your character, you said you're scantily clad. That's extremely misogynistic. We need to change these terms. Okay. And then when you say, we don't want you playing with us anymore, it's like, oh, why? Because I'm a black woman? No, because we were having fun. You came along, changed all the rules to fit your feelings, and then we weren't having fun anymore. So we don't want you playing with us. And that's exactly what the kind of chick she is. She comes along, she ruins the game, and then when you say that you ruined the game, oh, it's because I'm black, isn't it? No, it's because you're a stupid fucking bitch who ruined the game. Simple as that. I covered the situation in a video with Twitter receipts. Shortly after, no apology was issued by Compulsion. Of course not, because they're just like her. Pikachu Lita is still employed. Of course she is, because the companies are just like her. Again, that's what these companies are now. They're not gaming companies or movie studios. They're just activists. That's all they are. That's all they are. Microsoft owns Studio Compulsion Games, and I was blocked by the Compulsion Games official Twitter account. But yeah, nothing to see here, folks. Pretty much. They proactively blocked me, so I had to create my own video to post here. More interaction for me, I guess. But in all seriousness, what a pathetic move by a game company. Yeah. And I was talking about this earlier, about people on Steam, people getting banned, and people are like, well, why does it matter? Well, you have Compulsion Games doing this crap. You have other companies doing this crap. When you have people that are companies blocking people because, oh no, they said something I don't like. Oh no. They said they'd rather have male females at body type A, body type B. This is where gaming is now. There's no open discussion, no valid criticism. They hear something they don't like, they block you. They ban you. Because these people are fucking cowards. And they can't handle the real fucking world. That's one way to handle a PR nightmare. Manufactured outrage. False accusation of racist backlash. As previews of South of Midnight began rolling out, the expected... Huh. Thought I heard one of the cats outside the door. The expected narrative of racist backlash surfaced almost immediately, although any actual evidence of that kind of behavior was suspiciously absent. Instead, all I saw was vague claims of racism being echoed by individuals in the community without any tangible proof or evidence provided. Take Colt Eastwood on Twitter, who said on February 11th, Midnight of South previews are overwhelmingly positive or optimistic, but the replies from the people that haven't played are just either dismissive, negative, or outright racist. How fun. This was quickly amplified by Paris, who raised his comment, I am shocked. Not really. The internet is filled with anonymous avatars that proudly show off their hate and racism over a video game that has a black protagonist who is also a woman and features the American South. It's a triple crown of hate. South of Midnight is fantastic. Be excited and ignore the ignorance. Always pulling out the race card and the gender card. All the time. All the time. Curious about these accusations, I decided to reach out for clarity. I replied to Paris with, that's really unfortunate to see. Do you have any additional screenshots of racism? We need to end racism in gaming if we are going to move forward. Thank you for bringing more attention to this, Paris. I made a video covering covering it as well. What happened next was extremely telling. Paris hid my reply almost immediately. Odd, I thought, right? Why hide a call to expose racism and push his message forward and hold people accountable? The evasiveness only fueled my curiosity further. That's when a major breakthrough happened. A whistleblower comes forward. A whistleblower intimately familiar with Compulsion games, and someone I have known for a long time and trust completely, reached out to me shortly after this all went down. Out of sheer frustration with the company's internal chaos and hypocritical handling of PR, they decided that it was time to reveal the truth. And that I was the trustworthy source to get his out to the masses. According to the whistleblower, they informed me the lead voice actress for the main character was a totally different person than the one in the final game. She was hired to voice the protagonist, but apparently she didn't sound black enough. Well, that sounds kind of racist. Tell me, how exactly does black sound? Let that sink in for a second. They replaced a black voice actress because they didn't sound black enough. If that's not the definition of tokenism and racism, I don't know what is. This also disproves the original rumor that Grumps tweeted above how South of Midnight potentially race swapped the character's protagonist. But at the same time, what actually did happen wasn't any better whatsoever. The whistleblower continued. Eventually, they replaced her altogether with the voice actress you hear now. The irony is that people crying racism are supporting a studio that hired a white dialect coach to teach a black voice actress how to sound more black. Wow. Wouldn't you need a black person to let people sound more black if like sounding black is a thing? Why would you hire a white, just a white dialect coach to teach a black voice actress how to sound more black? Why not hire a black dialect coach? It's worth a serious pause here to reflect on the extremely disturbing nature of this situation. Whether this decision was made by Sweet Baby Inc. or internally at Compulsion Games is unclear, but none of it changes the fact that it's deeply problematic for some pretty obvious reasons. Yeah. The studio's supposed commitment to diversity becomes extremely hollow once you realize they're willing to engage in such blatant racial stereotyping and tokenism behind closed doors. Of course. That's what they do. Like we've said this the whole time. These people are the true racists. They are the true fascists. They are the real problems here. They are the issue. Normal people don't focus on race. You want to know who does focus on race? Racists. Judging everyone based on the color of their skin. Oh, well, all white people are like this. Well, that sounds kind of racist to me. Now, if someone was this, so black people saying all white people are like this, that's perfectly fine. But a person saying all black people are like this, oh, that's racism? No, it's all racism. And these people are more racist than anyone else. These people go out of their way to hire others based on race. So they're discriminating against an entire other race of people to get more people who they see as superior. The racism is coming from inside the studio. Well, then who was phone? The whistleblower's info exposes a disturbing pattern we've seen happening here before. Those who are accusing the game industry of racism are actually the ones projecting their own internal issues on everyone else. Yeah. That's usually how it goes. Compulsion Games here, it seems, is no exception. Even though, even more telling is the fact that after expressing my thought about that the game looks pretty boring. As I stated previously, Compulsion Games blocked me on Twitter. So he says that it looks boring. And they're like, well, we can't handle that, so we're going to block him because we're a bunch of fucking cowards. Blocked me on Twitter, an odd choice, but entirely in line with how they've been running running that wreck of a ship over there, silencing critics. And like I said, all companies are doing this now. This is why when I talk about stuff like on Steam, I say it's a smaller piece of a bigger problem. These people will ban you, they will block you simply because you say things they don't agree with, and then they want to turn around and call you the fascist. They keep using that word. I do not think it means what they think it means. Engaging me in conversations, a bold strategy, to put it nicely. A bigger problem. Ultimately, the real tragedy here is that the game that isn't just the hypocritical behavior. It's that all these actions are actually hurting the developers who genuinely want to create something great for gamers. South of Midnight could have been a powerful game that tells a unique story without any of this stupid unnecessary drama, but no. But alas, when a studio decides to weaponize race to shield itself from criticism while perpetuating internal racism, it leaves a sour taste in everyone's mouth. Fuck. Say that again. Ah. You know, it's really that second hydrogen that really gives that water its great flavor. You know, people say it's that first hydrogen, some say it's that one oxygen, but that second hydrogen, perfection. I'll be watching South Midnight closely, and I encourage everyone to do the same, but don't let the manufactured outrage fool you. The real story here is happening behind the scenes, projected onto you. It's far uglier than their PR team wants anyone to know about. Those that preach the loudest have the most to hide. Yeah. Yeah. These people who claim that everyone is freaking racist and misogynistic and phobes and isn't, they're usually the worst. That's why people say that these people on the left, they are the true racists. They openly discriminate against people who are white, against men, silencing people who they don't agree with. So, but yeah, it's like you said, the game could have been something great. It could have been great. It could have been huge. It could have done bigly. But no, it's just going to be just another statistic. Because even if it's a good game, just the PR, people coming out saying certain things and stuff like that, that hurts sales. That hurts the marketing. So all you gotta do is look at Snow White and see exactly that's the case. But that's their choice. If they want to make a game and then ruin it by acting like a bunch of douchebags online, that's their choice. We're not in the one who loses anything here. The only thing we have to do, not worry about anymore is wasting $80 on a game. They're the ones who are out, several $100 million, and now we're gonna have to lay people off. So we're not losing anything. But this marketing strategy of coming out and attacking gamers and trying to say that everyone's racist while they're apparently participating in racist behavior. But we're the bad guys, right? We're just a bunch of phobes and isms. And we're also far-right extremists that kick puppies and clip butterfly wings and don't look both ways when we cross the street. Like the evil beings that we are. Anyway. Like, John, even evil beings know to look both ways when crossing the street. Anyway, that's going to do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.